fam? Just gonna wait for people to hop on and get that notification. Welcome, welcome. Freaking love the smell of this. How's everybody? I hope everybody's doing good today, tonight, this evening, whatever. This day, this lovely day. All right, how's everybody doing? How was everybody's week last week? Were we able to tune into the fact that we needed to put our suffering down? Was that possible for everybody last week? It was kind of tough. It was a bit of a challenge, but you know what? I think it was about time that we had that one, because we're literally nearing the end of the year for most of us calendrically. And by that end, we really need to make that decision during the winter time as we're going inward. Are we going to bring this to the next spring? Are we going to allow this to grow next year? You know, this suffering, this pain, this thing that we've had for however long, that we've allowed to persist, and we've allowed it because we've not addressed it, right? So were we able to step out of that suffering last week and, I don't know, tune into what it was like to be yourself, to be in love, in a place of love with who you are? Were we able to step into that at all? I would love to hear from you guys. Let me know. Share in the comments if there was any like revelations for you guys towards the pain that you hold. Did you guys like tune into any wisdom for yourselves? I'm just getting my screen set up. Sometimes it does like weird things. No. Yeah, so last week we were asked to have empathy with ourselves, to heal, right? To give ourselves patience, to go slow, to learn how to be in that moment, right? With ourselves as everything unfolded. Oh dear. I'm just gonna put those back in. There was like too many to count. So when we put something down, let me broach it this way. When we pick something up, when our hands are busy, when we're busy holding our suffering. Oh wow. Okay, first card's out. When we're busy holding our suffering, can we then go pick up our love? Can we go pick up joy? Can we pick up a better feeling? Can we pick up the life that we want for ourselves? Is that possible? Our hands are busy. We're shuffling all this pain. We have all of this in our attention. And if our hands are busy, can we go pick up that love that we want, that life we want, that person we seek to become? Can we go pick it up? Nope. We don't have any space. Our hands do not have the room to choose that which we seek, that which we desire. So last week was about our busy hands holding our suffering, holding that pain, that trauma, those memories, those feelings, the unresolved pieces, and putting it down for a moment, putting it to the side so that we could go pick up something else. You see how that works? It's not that we don't have it and that we're gonna leave it unresolved. It's that just for a moment, we need to know what it feels like to hold something warmer, something softer, something not so rigid, maybe something more colorful, not so drab as our pain and trauma. I mean, we know it so well, right? I mean, we've been practicing it for how many fucking years? It's about time that we put it down, and last week was the nudge. I'm interested to see what this week is going to hold for us and inspire us to look through. I mean, especially because we have the 11/11 portal on Wednesday. So that's some big magic. You want to evolve? Whew! We're doing it. Oh, we doing it, honey. We doing it. I love this shit. Did I ever tell you guys I live for this shit? Because I do. I find this a lot of fun. What I find so fun about this is that I like to express myself, right? I like to speak my truth and share that with you guys. Now, the truth, I'm synthesizing this. I'm learning this as I go. I'm learning that the message that I want to be speaking with you guys is that I'm the bridge between darkness and light. And that is not a job I took on. It's just the character of who I am. It's the essence of who I am. It just has become me, or I have become it. I'm not entirely sure which way this goes, chicken or the egg here. But the point is, I like to help people find their way out of the dark. And that is exactly why we do what we do here. We talk shadow work, we talk pain, we talk trauma. And as I said in my last video, if you guys stayed until the end, I spoke about the fact that in my natal chart, it literally says that I am meant to talk about the taboo of this world, and the taboo being literally pedophilia, rape, molestation, all of the ways in which the world shuns the shadow of humans. I talk about that. Death and conscious dying, conscious living. I talk about all of those things because they're literally a part of our existence, and if we keep denying these things, we're just going to suffer. Because that which goes unresolved, literally, that which we disregard will continue. It will persist. It will be the driving force of our life. And so I want to be that person that bridges that gap in understanding between that shadow space that we sit in to understanding a way to get into that light space. And I know it sounds like a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo to some people, but it's crucial that people understand that this is what I do. So I have learned how to take trauma and shadow and alchemize it, transmute it, turn it into something that I can use. And by doing so, I can now teach people that process. Because what I've learned of healing, and yeah, I'm just expressive tonight. I knew there was going to be deep wisdom. Like, somebody needed to hear a lot of this shit, and I'm just going to keep going. I know it's a card reading, and obviously there's going to be wisdom for this, but I don't know, it was necessary that I spoke on this. I help people to transmute that and to alchemize their shadow and that trauma because it's important, it's integral, it's imperative that we know that we are powerful and that we have the ability and the freedom to take the life that we've been through, make it our fuel, and create our self with it, to use it as our power. We are not what happened to us. We are not what happened to us. We are everything that we want to be from the inside out, right? So I'm that bridge that helps people to bridge the gap, right? Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm sorry. I just really wanted to speak to that end. Before I start this reading, I just wanted you guys to know, if you didn't see it, the 1 hour readings right now, up until Giving Thanks Day, they're $75 instead of the regular $89. So that is my discount rate for you guys and the sale that I'm offering, because I want you guys to feel appreciated. I want to give back to you guys. So a little discount for y'all. And gift cards are still available for the entire holiday season, straight through until Christmas. And with that, when you purchase a gift card for yourself or for someone, you get 10% off of your reading, whether it be a half-hour reading or an hour reading that you book. So, still more gifts for you. Okay. I just want to check in with you guys. How are we all doing? How are things? Are we feeling okay today? Was last week intense? How did you transition into this week? Are we doing okay? Did I just freak y'all out with that wisdom? Let me know in the comments. Share with me. Be with me. Share with me. Open to your truth. Okay. Ooh, I'm hitting things. Sorry. Okay. First card that we got was called the Circle. Well, I don't know. Can you guys see that? Okay. Many different handprints. 2 circles. Beautiful card. I always say beautiful card. It's because they are. Unification, interconnectedness, and a sense of continuum is what this card implies. The circle reminds us all we are one, dancers in a unified, continuous, inclusive circle. This card reminds us of the cycles of life and the evolving self, ever-changing and always connected. Human, spirit, nature, the cosmos, all intrinsically connected. This is fucking awesome because I was just talking about this literally all fucking day today. I love life. Who does that? What? God, I'm weird. Okay, we got an invitation to this one. We did not get medicine. It says, when the circle appears, it reminds you that you are connected to everything and everyone, including to spirit. Spirit's essence beats in your heart and inspires you to co-create your world, knowing that you count, that you have purpose in this world. Imagine even a smile to a stranger can change the course of a life. When the circle invites you to dance in the sacred steps of life, know that your work, your love, your service brings greater value than you can know. Stay the course, keep dancing, and all will be well. Ah! This is such deep fucking wisdom right now because we put that suffering down last week to what? What was the point in that? To gain our own joy, to step into the joy that we know is rightfully ours on the other side of that pain and trauma, right? That we harbor, that we carry, and we just allow to eat at us from the inside, okay? So we put that down last week so that we could literally get to this point where we understand everything is connected. When we talk about our traumas, when we talk about our pains from person to person, there seems to be this sense of like, okay, you have that too. I'm not alone, right? It's that sense of connectedness that makes us feel as though life is worthwhile, right? So everything that you offer, even if you don't think that it's of value, even if you do not see the value in what you offer by being who you are, you still offer it. It is still vital to someone. In someone's life, in their perspective of you, you have helped them. You add to their life. Somehow, some way. We are meant to awaken to the fact that we are needed here. We're connected. See all those lines and those circles? Interconnectedness. Literally, we needed this so fucking much. And we do co-create our reality. Whatever you think, literally, what you're thinking leads to how you feel. And that just will completely shroud your perspective, your eyes, what you see. It will shroud it so that you can't see reality in any other way, right? So if we think different things, we're going to feel different things, and then we're going to literally notice different things in front of us. We create this shit. All we have to do is change our perspective. And the fact that literally last week we put that trauma down, that pain down, that suffering down, so that we could step into our connectedness. I fucking love this. This is beautiful. I'm glad I put that shit down last week. Because guess what we're opening up to? Lot of love. Lot of love. Okay. Second card. I'm really animated today. The Crow. I really wish my camera would focus on these things for you. The Crow. Crow is the keeper of universal law and the law of truth. Are you fucking kidding me? I was just talking about truth for like the last 2 hours. Oh, I love these things. Crow teaches us to walk our talk. To find congruence between who we say that we are and who we really know ourselves to be. This winged one insists that we speak truth, that we create truth instead of searching for it, and that we bring truth to every situation we find ourselves in. When you speak the truth and practice truth, eventually everything you say becomes true. I just need you guys to like sink that in really quick. I made pause for dramatic effect. Your power to co-create with the truth is a universal law. Correct. What is untrue in your life without judgment? Let the truth set you free. Do I not say like let the truth set you free all the fucking time? Because it's the reality of it. The truth is, if I say I have a pain, here is my pain, then literally it no longer holds power over me because it's not inside me. It's outside of me, and now I can deal with it. I've made it conscious. I've turned the light on in there. I'm flashing a light on it. And now that I can see it, I can deal with it. If it's in the shadows, if it's in my subconscious mind, and I have no idea it's existing there, then I can't work with that. So therefore I am weighed down by the thing that I have not spoken. And if I haven't spoken it, it's not true. You know, it's not my truth yet because it hasn't made its way out. So we are literally being asked this week to connect with the fact that we are all co-creators of this world. We are connected to each other. We are connected to spirit. We have interconnectedness to nature and the cosmos as a whole. We can create our reality. And if we step into our truth instead of forcing the creation of it, if we can just step into it and allow ourselves to feel it, it will become itself. It will evolve for us, right? Little weird of a concept, but yeah, like the truth is gonna set us free. I fucking love this reading. This is really beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna muse over this later. Sorry, I get sidetracked. This is our mantra card. Can you guys see her? Play is my pathway to joy. That is how we're putting down last week. That is how we're walking through the 1111 portal. That is what we're doing this week. We are literally stepping into this power that is going to allow us to become our truth. If you haven't looked at numerology of the power of the master numbers 11, I strongly suggest to go look at that. It's fascinating. Play is my pathway to joy. Obsessing over my pain is my pathway to misery, right? Balance, that was last week. We were asked to put that down so that we could find our joy. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry, I just ate dinner. So how can we connect to each other and our truth? Through finding our joy, pursuing our joy. What brings you joy? That is how you're going to find your truth, by following your feelings, following your joy. That's how you're going to be set free. And you'll only be set free once you allow joy to start stepping its way in, right? Because that means you had to put that suffering down to pick up this joy. That's so weird that I started the reading this way as well. Okay. Anyway, last card that we have. Oh, these are always so tough to show you. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell or not, but she's got pearls in her hair. They're like woven all the way up. I love this deck. It's called Wonder. So appropriate. Miracles are everywhere. Yep, just like this reading. Pretty fucking miraculous, I'd say. Remember your childlike awe. Play. Just fucking play. Because that is how we're gonna find our truth. And that is how we're gonna find the life that we want. And we're gonna create the life that we want because we've put down the shit. Because we're connecting to ourselves, to reality, to the fact that we can create this shit for ourselves if we want to. We are powerful ass bitches. Oh, sometimes I just don't know where I come up with this shit. Everything is in perfect order, and that means the chaos and anything that is disturbing us, it is appropriate because it is edging us towards accepting the truth of who we are and getting, and because it's meeting our barriers and because it's like bothering us, that chaos bothers us, it shows us where we have a barrier to knock down, where we have a shadow to heal or to nurture, right? That's why everything is in perfect order. With the chaos is in perfect order. That's the balance. That's the bridge. Broaden your perspective. Trust in divine harmony. Again, everything's in perfect order. Divine harmony. Everything is harmonized. Broaden your perspective. Guys, literally this just means we look so closely at things, like in the micro, we're like, oh, so-and-so did this and so-and-so did that. We're literally fucking tunnel visioned. We really need to binocular, like zoom the fuck out, like telescopically zoom the fuck out. Go macro, go big. Look at the fact that we're connected to absolutely everything. And if I have a pain, if I've experienced a pain, you have too. Whatever trauma is, like the deepest pain you've ever felt, that is the level of trauma everybody feels. Even if The circumstances or the situation of events are different. The trauma, the low, is still the exact same feeling. It's the same edge. So we are all connected that way. So to focus in and say, oh, I'm the only one. My friends, we are all here. We are all experiencing all of the things. And so when we put all that down and we talk together about joy, then that's when we can move away from the pain and the suffering that we do hold in continuous motion, right? We've been doing that pattern for so many years. We're just going to put that, we, literally, the circle, us, collectively, we put that down last week so that we could pick up the joy, because we are the co-creators of our life, right? We are the ones doing the things. We know we are connected to literally everything, and we're going to speak our truth. We're going to become the truth that we want. So we're going to speak the speak. We're going to walk the talk, just like a fucking wise-ass crow, right? We are going to be led to our joy and wonder. That was the purpose of last week into this week. And with the 1111 portal, we're going to walk into ourselves. We are walking. The 1111 portal is a really big deal because it's a doorway. We can use this as a door to enter. We can go into the room and ask ourselves those questions. Oh, am I not holding my joy? Do I not have wonder? When did I lose it? When did I put it down? Fucking know I put it down somewhere. I lost it, but I will find it. Now let me just go find it. We need to be asking ourselves those questions of why are we holding so much onto our suffering? And how can we put that down so that we can go pick up this joy? And how can I become my truth? How can I step into who I want to be and literally have everything I say match everything I do? What are the ways that there's discrepancies between those two things, my actions and my words? Because these are the opportunities that we need. This 1111 portal, this room, is what we need so that we can evolve. It's the reflective mirror inside the room that goes, hey, just wanted to let you know this is what you look like and this is what's happening, and you've got something on your forehead that you might want to put down at some point, or just like wipe it off. And so you walk into this room and you're like, fuck, look at my reflection. Look, what's on my forehead, guys? How come no one told me this? Oh, because it's nobody else's responsibility but ours to notice what's on our foreheads, right? And to like, oh, personal hygiene, let me look myself. Same thing with the insides of our shit. We have to personally pay attention to our internal hygiene of, oh, what am I carrying? Because if we keep carrying around this messy shit, even though it's on the inside, what are we projecting outward? What are people looking at? Do our words match our actions then? Like, does our physical self and everything that we do, does that match our internal world? Likely not. And that's what this opportunity is this week, to reevaluate, to reflect, to see ourselves in truth, because that will allow us, by seeing all the ways in which there is an incongruence, a separation, by looking at the ways in which we are not who we want to be, that's where we can start. Oh shit, I'm holding on to too much tension. I'm holding on to too much trauma and pain. And I just need to go play for a minute. I need to just go stare at the sky and wonder about literally what bunnies I can find in the clouds. Like, it's all about wonder, and play, and seeing that even though we're being shown the ways in which we are still holding on to the old, it is the gift of sight. So we can then see, oh shit, I am doing that, but I want to do that. Oh, this shit's in my way. And then we go do the thing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, my friends, that's our reading this week. I want to go back to the circle really quick, because I feel like there was something I wanted to say in there. Oh, because it said even a smile to a stranger, right? A baby smiles to a depressed person in a supermarket. That smile of innocence, that because they are so close to spirit still, because they're so young, they're literally so pure, you cannot help but just like absorb their happiness and that feeling. Like, you're just kind of like, oh, okay, yeah. And for that split second, you can fucking smile, regardless of how you feel. It's whatever that is. That is the connectedness between us all. We have that, and we're tuning into that. So what's our truth? If we put down all of this shit, how can we tune into our inner baby? You know what I'm saying? Inner truth, the inner piece of ourselves before the shit. We got to get back to that by playing and by being in the state of wonder. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to open this segment up now for questions. If you have questions, please, by all means, post them in the comments and I will answer them. I feel funny today. I feel very charismatic and very gesticulative and very animated. I feel as though my facial expressions are like, all over the place. This is great. And I'm really glad that I get to do this here because one, this is my business, but two, I just get to be myself, and that's exactly why I wanted this business, because I don't want to hide my truth. I just want to be myself, and this is me, and I'm weird, and I like it, and I want to share it with everybody so they can be weird too, and find their truth. Okay, my friends, does anybody need clarity on something? Is there a question bothering you that you would like clarity on? Must be the red glasses. Thanks, you like them? They match my marketing. No, they're actually just like my favorite color glasses to wear. I don't know. I've always really enjoyed them. Red's kind of been a color of mine. Oh, and funny fact, red is the color for Scorpios. It's like a deep maroon red. And go figure, it's my favorite color. Well, not my favorite color, but I tend to be, I don't know, pulled towards it. I gravitate towards maroon red a lot. Okay, my friends, do we have questions or are we concluding? Does anybody need clarity? Come on, you gotta be asking this shit because this is a free session right here. I mean, why are we not taking advantage of this opportunity? What is going on? It's a free little card pull. Who's got questions? Anybody? I'm in the mood to chat, so I really hope that somebody asks me something. I want to share this well of wisdom that I have. It's very important to me. Anybody? It's a safe space. You can ask. There's no judgment here. Just wisdom. Ooh, thunder card, thunder card. Okay. We have a question about health and waiting on test results. Let us see. What are the things? I am so fucking weird sometimes. Oh. Don't you worry. You just gotta find the beauty in all things. Literally. Beauty's wet. See that card? I love this card. I love this fucking card. You know why? Because it's beautiful. Okay. Came out as an invitation for you and it says, Beauty Way invites you to create beauty in your life and to recognize the beauty inside yourself and in others. Stop to smell the roses, take a deep breath, look up at the stars, and recognize the splendor that surrounds you. See the beauty in whatever situation you find yourself in, and you will receive the lesson that life is teaching you in a kind and gentle way. Now, remember how everything is connected? Literally, this goes to say our internal world is connected to our external world. Everything that we see on the outside, we are experiencing on the inside. If we see that there is dis-ease on the outside of us, guess what's happening to our physical body and also on the mental and emotional level as well? Dis-ease. Now, in terms of health, we have to look at every single situation as something greater than we are. We are not this body. If you chop my head off, I'm not my body, right? I'm the essence that is somewhere between my eyes and like behind them. It's here, but it's not like it's not in my arm. If you cut my arm off, I'm still gonna be the same person. So we have to, when it's in concern to health, we have to look at the situation that we're in and go, wait a minute, is this me? Is there something blocking me from me? How is this situation beautiful? What am I learning in this situation? What is being asked of me, right? So we have to look at this as an introspective or reflective time and say, there is beauty in this, but where does it lie? Can I find it? Well, of course I can. I can find it. So allow me to. And you take that time, you take that moment. And in the reading, it had said to go slowly, right? To stop and smell the roses, to take that breath, to stare at the stars. to consider how everything is beautiful in some way, no matter the situation that we're in. Because if we place the perspective onto the situation that everything is a gift for us and for our greatest good, meaning our benefit, that no matter what happens in the situation, it will increase us, then we can find the beauty in all of it. So it's not a matter of understanding the yes or no of the test result. It's more of understanding ourselves and how we feel no matter the situation that we're entered into. Can we, or do we want to hold this perspective that says, I'm only okay when everything is okay. And then when everything is not okay on the outside, I'm not okay. We have to consciously choose our perspectives by noticing the unconscious perspectives we hold. So if you're holding a perspective that is paranoid, anxious, worried about your health, then that's literally just going to reflect in and out and in and out, and you're just going to be so worried about it all the time. And you're not going to see the wisdom that is attempting to be shown to you, right? So how can you take this situation and turn it into something that is just okay, instead of getting the test result yes or no? How can you define for yourself that you are going to be okay no matter the situation? And what is blocking you from establishing that connection with yourself? Beauty's way. It's a path, but it's also a practice, a daily practice. It's not something you try once. It's something that you need to constantly work at, right? I hope that helps. I hope that's... I know that might not be what you're looking for, but I hope that there was wisdom in there for you that you could absorb. Okay. All right, so we have another question. I feel stuck mentally and physically. How do I change that? So, okay, lots to say. And I'll say this from my perspective as well, while I shuffle. So your physical body, right, is made up of many different things. It's made up of your mental body, your emotional body, and then outside of us we end up having, like our auric body, ethereal body, light body. We have many different layers outside of us in our energy field. And then we also have many layers that comprise our internal self as well. Like I said, emotions, mental. Now, when we feel stuck in a spot in our thinking mind, it's because we're not allowing our body to feel the energy that is stagnant. So if you feel into your body, if you breathe, if you do a lot of breathing and kind of do it in like a meditative way and ask your body what you need to pay attention to, something will come forward. You will immediately notice, oh fuck, I have some tenseness in my hip. Oh, my hamstring, or my fucking shoulder. You're gonna be like, oh, I got a knot in my neck, or what is my left foot doing? You'll just be somehow aware of your body in some physical way, right? And then, happenstantially, you will hear a memory recall itself to you. And that is how you begin to move through the block that you have, because your body just showed you, hey, you're mentally blocked somewhere, and I found the Rubik's cube that was really fucking you up, and here it is. And so it shows you the memory. It shows you the energetic place, the thought, the belief, the time that energetic belief was crafted in you, if that makes sense. And it also has a lot to do with if you move physically or not, and which side of your body you have tension on, because that speaks a lot. Okay, you're holding on to some shit. You got the card completion. I don't know, can you see that? So that's a snake eating its tail. You're done with your cycle. Literally, the cycle of pain that you have been clinging to, whatever it is that you have allowed to sit stagnantly inside of your body and create a toxicity within you, a pattern that you have left, a record of voices in your head you've allowed to sit on repeat. You have listened to them enough. And it's time you quiet them. It's time to change the record. It's literally time to choose a different story now to tell yourself. Does that make sense? So when you release what is blocking you mentally by doing some type of physical movement and listening to your physical body, because that's tuning into your mental and emotional body, because we have to honor our emotions. When you do those in tandem, that is when you clear a blockage, because our thoughts create our emotions and the emotions get stuck in our body because our body just wants to hold everything because it's what keeps us safe. So it has to be the record keeper, the book writer, authoring our bibliography. It has to write down everything we've ever experienced. So it holds on to everything. But that's kind of the shit part too, where we have to take care of the body that we do have. It's going to hold on to our emotions. Now, those emotions create blockages and they get stuck in our body. Energy gets stuck. So we'll end up with like a freaking stiff shoulder all the time, or, our hip flexor doesn't quite work, whatever it might be, lower back pain. There are reasons our physical body shows us stiffness because energy is there. That's not moving. There's no blood flow because it's stagnant, right? So it's very important that we work with these energies in tandem together, because it's not a separate thing. Everything is connected. The circle, everything's connected. Well, completion, everything's connected. And we got the circle. Everything is connected. So if you have something going on in your body because of your mental state, or your mental state is creating it, your mental state's creating it within your body if something is going on within your body, if that makes sense. I might have said that too quickly. I just want to make sure. Yeah, okay. I just want to read this so that you have this as well for your own sake of mind, because you can listen back to this. The definition says, you have finished a cycle and there is no more growth or benefit from hanging on to the old. In regards to relationships, it is time to honor what has been and find a new form for the future. In your ventures, it is time to reap your harvest. Completion is a time for celebration. It is the end of summer when the fruit is ripe. So literally, you have something forward to look to, and that is the cleansing of moving it from your body. So how do you do that? Celebrate that you don't have that thing anymore. Celebrate that that is not causing you pain. Celebrate that you are yourself and that you are now finding your truth, and that you are moving on, and that you no longer need to embody what that pain is. Literally, celebrate yourself. Celebrate the growth that you have had. Celebrate the fact that you have done this work the entire time and that you have been there for you, right? That's the completion part. Putting down the suffering to pick up the joy of being who we are, the truth. And the truth is, we are not that suffering. I can cut that suffering off, right? And that's not me. I'm the person over here that, fucking went through that thing, held that thing. It's not me. If I cut it off, it's not me. I'm over here being my truth, becoming who I want to be in spite of that, right? So physical and mental and emotional, it's like a trifecta, all need to be balanced and cleansed together. They do not work alone. They work together. You have to work with them all at once, if that makes sense. It also really depends on your element, your core element. And that depends on your zodiac sign. And then that depends on how you process your shadows. There's a lot to that, obviously, and I can help you break that down. We can book a reading anytime that you want to, if you want to dive deeper into it, because there is a lot of specific detail in terms of how do you change that. It's going to be different for you than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So it's very particular. But just know that there is a way to do that specific for you so that it works for you. It's not some general answer, if that makes sense. How do I find my core element? So your core element, basically, it pertains to your zodiac sign. Like, my core element is water because my sun sign is a water sign, right? So basically, whatever zodiac you are, you would find your element of that sign, and that's how you figure out how to work with the energy that is you. If you want to figure out some of the information on it, I actually have that listed because I teach people all about core element in my Soul Spark course. If you go onto my website and go into work with me, under Soul Spark, you'll see that it explains that your core element basically is the essence of how you process and how you heal and stuff. So I myself as a water sign heal in a very particular way, and I need to process things, I need to cleanse things, and certain things work for me that don't work for fire signs. Fire signs have their own very specific set of things that will help them heal or to process trauma, pain, suffering, etc. And then it's based off of the person as well. So it gets kind of fun because in your natal chart, it'll go from, oh yeah, so your core element is, say, fire, but then all of your underlying signs influence that as well. And those, oh, you have water over here, you have earth over there. Oh, and then you have some air next to your fire, so that's gonna really fuck you up. You know what I mean? So it really all works, again, in a connected sense. So when you start to understand that the element doesn't work alone, it works with influence of the other ones, that's when we really start to connect to, holy shit, I know how to do with myself because I figured out that I think this way, I feel like this, I show up like this, I grieve like that, and then I act like this when I need to be in action. Like, it just really maps out in detail the energies that create you. And then you learn how to heal by using that tool, basically. So in my Soul Spark course, I do the natal chart, I do the zodiac, I teach you all about who you are. I help you to define it, discover it, because it's written in the stars. Like it's there. You can learn it any time that you'd like to, but there's the subtle intricacies of how it all connects that make that entire course so important. And then once you get to know your core element, you can work with it and figure out the modalities, the tools that you need in order to get past certain blockages. And you can use that. And it's infinite wisdom. Like literally, it will never expire. And you just keep evolving with it and finding new layers to it. So if you go to my website and go to the Work With Me section, you can read all about it in there. It's actually really fascinating. And that's one of my favorite courses to do because it just unfolds people in an energetic way that they've never seen themselves, and they're like, holy shit, you just told me everything about myself in one chart. What the fuck? How is this so right? And then I say, oh, well, why don't you try doing this, this, and this and see how that works? And they do the thing and they're like, I feel better. What's happening? You know what I mean? So there are a lot of ways, and this is something that I would really like to broach as kind of like an umbrella. There is no wound or trauma that cannot be healed, which is very well to say every wound and every trauma can be healed. It can be worked with and diffused so that it can be put down and no longer controlling your life, to where you can then go pick up joy and love and feeling better things. We are not stuck there, and we get to choose where we go. I just want everybody to know that. Even if you feel stuck in something, it's a moment. It is not an eternity. It is a blink. It is a blip. It's not a sentence for eternity. I hope that helps. I hope that was expressive. Oh, you're so welcome. I am so glad. I am so glad. It's really quite fascinating. Like I said, it's one of my favorite programs to run people through because it is unbelievably informative. And that's the thing. So Soul Spark is literally specific to the person because every single other person's chart is different. No two charts are the same. So if I work with you on one and I work with somebody else on another, all of the information is going to be entirely different. It's not a one program fits all. It's literally like, hey, I'm doing this program, but we are learning all about you at the same time. It's amazing. It's really eye-opening. And I had my own stuff done. I did this for myself, obviously, and pursued all of this knowledge. I can't live my life the same way now. I understand myself to such deep levels that I know what to do when I need to nurture myself now. And I didn't before. I used to be very self-destructive. So once I found all this information and realized, oh, when I'm out of balance this way and all fucking crazy and destructive, I can do that. And then that totally diffuses the entirety of all of the emotion. wow. But that knowledge is gained after I figured out I have 3 main water signs. Literally, my sun, moon, and rising sign are all water. You want to talk about fucking feelings, bro? I got it. And I have the analytical side too, so I just get stuck in thought and I'm like, oh my god, get me off this merry-go-round. So, it helps to really figure out what your signs are saying, what your elements are saying, how they influence you, and then how to deal with them. It's like a cheat sheet to your internal world. It's fucking awesome. So that's why I do that, because it helped me so much that I want to do that with everybody else. So you're welcome. And I'm glad that you're excited, because I'm excited. I'm always excited about this shit. If somebody would have given me this, like, map to my puzzle years ago, or at least, like, taught me about it growing up, I can't even imagine how different my life would be. Holy shit. Okay, so I'm rambling. I'm sorry. Do we have any other questions? Does anybody else need any clarity? Do we have anything unsettled? Do we want just general knowledge? Do you just want a card pull? Do you have a question? Do you need clarity on something? Is something bothering you? Is it something specific that you want to know, like, hey, what's up with, you know, this, or this? Shoot it in the comments. I would love to pull a card for you. And please don't feel any fear of your questions or anything. This is a non-judgment place. This means everything is welcomed here. Every version of you, every side of you. Because you guys come here with me, right? Every side of me is accepted. Every side of you is accepted. It's safe. It really is safe, because I'm not going to judge anybody for anything. This is all about gaining wisdom. This is not about judgment. And judgment serves no purpose other than to see if we are on our path or not, or to judge if a situation is safe. That is healthy judgment. And that's what we embody here. We don't judge for no reason, right? Does anybody need a card? Or are we ready to conclude? Do you have any questions that you don't want a card for? Does anybody want to add questions to my queue? Because I am looking for all those questions to come up in the reservoir, you know. I need to start saving them. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to tell you. I'm starting the Q&A so that we can do lives where I explain questions like that. Like somebody had a question of what's the core element. Now, I want to be able to do like a whole series on that every single week, so I'm answering someone's in-depth question. So message me your questions, and then I answer them anonymously, like this, and you guys can just tune into the wisdom and like really start to get some insight onto, holy shit, I want to do that thing, or I want to look into that kind of healing or modality, you know, the tools that I use. So please ask your questions, man. All right, what are we saying here? I did Soul Spark, best thing I ever did, honestly. It's made my life so much more fluid and clear. I have this deep understanding of myself and making sense. Ooh, my message moved. Oh shit. Okay, making sense of things now. And it really is knowledge. I can't, oh god, I opened it and now I can't find it. Oh, okay, I found it. And it really is knowledge I can cherish forever. Truly, because it doesn't change. It's for you forever, and it just evolves as you evolve. It's extremely personalized to the individual, so the knowledge is deep. I highly recommend it because it's not something you'll find anywhere else. Oh my god, that is like literally the sweetest fucking comment, and I appreciate you so much. It was so much fun to work with you. I loved it. And honestly, it's information that never dies. It does not change. It just evolves. Like, it's gonna stay the same, but you're gonna just uncover all of those layers. And like she said, totally personalized. Thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate you. Did I make the right decision of getting a dog to help my mental state during COVID? My friend, love. I love that question. But love is always going to be paramount, honestly. You can't question something you've already done. It was right for you. You wouldn't have done it. Something within you needs that. Even if there are ways in which you are resistant to it, even if you are struggling with it in some degree because maybe it's requiring too much responsibility of you, or maybe you have guilt over it, or there are unresolved other feelings that are kind of like pushing around inside of you, even if that's happening, it's all there just so that you can remove the barriers around you, around those thoughts, that are separating you from the ability to just love the dog and allow the dog to love you, right? The decision was made. We can't dispute that now. Okay, you got the water card. And water represents our emotions. I love these things. Okay, pretty card. When water arrives, you're invited to watch your emotions. Know they are going to be changeable and do not settle on a conclusion at this time. See, you just gotta swim in them. You just gotta sort them out, that's all. So it's not about trying to make a final decision. It's all about experiencing what you're swimming in. So like I said, it's going into that guilt, maybe discovering what that's there for. What is it trying to teach you? Asking those questions, right? Why do I feel this way? Do I deserve it? Do I need it? Is this helpful? Is this beneficial? It also says, if you feel joy, feel that fully. If you feel sad, allow sadness to move through you. Water invites you to see the ebb and flow of events and trust that you can ride the wave of opportunity when it arises. Natural flow is here. Go with it. My friend, water, literally, the river is already flowing. You already have the dog, right? So now you're here riding the wave. You're just here to experience what it means to be a dog owner now. And it's not whether or not the situation is a right or wrong decision. It's about how you feel about the decision you did make, and then diving into those feelings so that you can gain clarity. Like a still pool of water, right? You're going to get more clarity when you let it calm and you're just like, oh. But if you're thrashing around in the emotions and you're like, fuck, I don't know what's happening. Can you see the surface of the water? Is it still enough to actually reflect back to you what you need to know? So you gotta like just slow it down, calm it down, and just sit in it and just be like, wow, oh, I feel that. Okay, I'm just gonna feel it. And then you just get really still and listen. There is no right or wrong. You already made the decision. So just feel into the feelings surrounding the decision. And I bet you it helped a lot, because this is gonna dredge up for you things from the bottom of the water, like emotions that you put away a long time ago, and it's gonna dredge them up and have you look at them. It's gonna inspire you to deal with them so that your mental health improves. That's the purpose. You can't just like get the dog as the Band-Aid. The dog is actually stirring up mud from the bottom of your water and going, hey, look at this mud. Isn't this so fun? Look it's mud. That's what dogs do, right? So enjoy your muddied water, friend. You gotta find joy in there, or sadness, and just sit in your pool with your dog and let it be something enjoyable. Let it inspire you to feel your feelings. It's safe, right? You trust yourself. You're not gonna drown. It's okay. Just feel. Okay? Okay. I hope that helped. I hope that was conclusive for you, or gave you some clarity into the situation with you and your mental health pup. All right, Bobby needs a card, just a general card. I like these because whatever wisdom is coming through is strong. Because it's whatever you need most. And this, whoa, I almost just dropped that whole deck of cards. And whatever happens is specific. It's to you and no one else, right? I mean, that's what all these cards are. That's what all of the personal card pulls are. Okay. Apparently, and this is funny, okay? When I give a card reading, right, and we do this portion of it where it's only us and you guys do the one card, right? And I'm giving this wisdom to individuals. It's applicable to whoever is watching. It is not a one card fits that person. No. Because it's a message that you're meant to hear, and that's why you are here. Are we on the same page? So whatever you're meant to hear in your life, in in time right now, we're all getting that message. We're all here to gain that wisdom. You got to put something down. Completion card. The exact same one I just spoke on. Now, when I spoke on it earlier, it's that same thing. So if you feel like you're in a cycle, energy is moving, pardon me. If you feel like you're in a cycle and you're just not really making any headway, my friend, it is because you need to let go of the old. Whatever is standing in your way is within you, and all you have to do is get a flashlight, shine a flashlight on it, and find it, because once you find it, now it's in the light, it's illuminated, it's conscious. It can't hide. You can work with it now because you have found it. So whatever the block is, whatever is keeping you from moving on, the thing you're holding on to, right? That's what you have to let go of. That is what you need to move on from. Now, moving on from something, the completion of a cycle, ending one thing and starting another, closing one book and going to the next book, is exactly that. You need to put the thing down that is blocking you so that you can go and pick up that next book and start the next fucking story, right? You've spent enough time repeating the same patterns and doing the same things. It's time to get to the sequel of your life and the way that you want it to be. It's time to choose the next book. Does that make sense? So it's releasing the old and honoring the fact that there is beauty to come. There is something coming your way, but you have to choose to let that fucker in. It's not going to come in your door if you never open the door. Sometimes you have to let the door be open for leaves to come in. That's your opportunity. So let go of the old and open the door. Let the new stuff in, right? Go choose that new stuff. I hope that helped. I hope that was what wisdom you needed most. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. It was amazing. I love working with you. It was so eye-opening and so much fun. It's so, honestly, that's what really gets me going, is when I work with somebody and then we just vibe on this energy. It's that give and take of like, holy shit, I didn't know that about myself, but damn, is that me to a T. There is something extremely energetic about that, and I adore it because I feed off of it. You know what I mean? And honestly, helping people is my favorite thing on the planet, because there were times in my life where I really wish there was somebody there to help me in the way that I needed, but it just didn't turn out that way because I was becoming that person. I was becoming the person I needed to rely on most. So I enjoy my path now, but like, dude, I wish I would have known so many of these things about myself. Obviously, it's impossible, but it's still like, god damn, I wish I would have known then what I know now. I always fuck up those things. Good thing I got that one right. But yeah, if you're ever interested to like figure out your natal chart and figure out the energies that are at play over you and why certain times of the year, you know, fuck with you, blah, 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 like, that's the way to go. Because it also shows you tools of like how to heal, how to move forward from things, how to work with yourself. Shit's on point. Yes, it did. And I just did that this past weekend. Fuck yes. See? You completed it. You already fucking knew. You closed the door for last week. You're ready for Wednesday. You're going to be raking in that new energy. You're going to be becoming the person you want to be. My dude, you're solid. You're literally right where you need to be. You fucking did the work right on time. Lickety split. I dig it. I dig it. Good job. Okay. Does anybody else have any questions? I think we are going to conclude because I have been on here for an hour now. God, these things just keep getting fucking longer. I literally can't even handle this shit. This is fucking great. So I will close with this. I would very much appreciate it if you guys would message me any questions that you have that I will put into a queue. They're going to go into like this little vessel thing in my head, or my computer rather, anyway. And I'm going to save them and then speak about them on a Q&A video or explain them as time goes. Because the question that you have, somebody else probably has, and if they're not asking it, they're probably counting on you to. So send me your questions. It's going to be answered anonymously. I will pull them out and I'll say, the question of the week is blah, blah, blah. And we're going to talk about it. So send me your questions. I would love to share my wisdom, my well of wisdom that I have accrued over years, decades of this research of being human and divine, obviously, because we're connected to fucking everything. And that's what the reading was this week, right? We're connected to all things. We are literally all divinely connected, and I love it. Okay, I'm gonna end there. Check out Soul Spark if anybody else is interested. It's on my website under Work With Me, Soul Spark. Check that shit out. It's awesome sauce. What a lame term, awesome sauce. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna go. See you guys. Thank you for being with me. I appreciate you all greatly. And send me those questions. We're gonna get down to the dirty of them, okay? Okay, anonymously. I'm not gonna say names like, oh, we're answering so-and-so's question. Don't worry, anonymous. All right, my friends. Have a good night. See ya.